If you enjoy this video, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, hello everyone! Welcome back to another video. My name is Matthew, and today we're doing some more Godzilla Kong the New Empire videos. But today I'm gonna do something a tad bit different. It's not exactly a figure comparison, but mainly me going through all of the Godzilla or Kong figures of a certain version of the character. And I think I'm gonna try and start doing this, like, for some of the ones that I have multiple of each, specifically the MonsterVerse iterations of the kaiju, because trust me, I have like a boatload of Godzillas and a boatload of Kongs. But I also wanted to make it so I could have a just kind of like a well-rounded video series, kind of documenting all my figures per kaiju. But do keep in mind that this could become invalid with the upcoming figures that I'm planning to get, because right as of now, I don't have figures like the Jada Toys RC, which I really, really wanted, but I had to buy him instead because someone else bought it. I want the Funko Pops, which look fantastic. U2s, take it or leave it. They look kind of simple to me. Not interested in the Bandai vinyl. Not really interested in the monster arts, but the Haya toys, you know, I'm gonna definitely go for that. And the second version of this guy, which we'll talk about him in just a sec, again, I would actually say that it probably looks better than that. In fact, I was anticipating getting that guy, but instead I got this version, which is, if you're wondering like the difference, this is based off the Haya. That one is based off more like that render you see from the movie. That's why it features more gray paint applications. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the figures one by one. So, we're going to first start from the smallest to the biggest. So first Godzilla Evolved figure we have the Jada Toys Metalfigs little minifigure. This was gifted to me by my mother, and thankfully it survived the trip. And it looks great. Honestly, it really looks great. I will say mine has a bit of a defect when it comes to the jaw. It's not properly put together because you can kind of see more like the gum line. And also it's like the bottom jaw's like some sort of like alien mouth, like prying open. But overall, the sculpt looks honestly really nice. And the paint application for what's here, it's still done really well. The claws are nice and bright, and the stomach to the tip of the tail have like a very nice, kind of like sandy tan type color. And it looks really nice with especially like the metallic purplish pink paint, because it's a bit more purple on this one. I will kind of say I wish the purple or the pink was a bit more heavy-handed on the spines, not just on the tips, but they do get pretty well on the spines on the tail, which kind of curve off into the thagomizer, you can see, and and it also features the elbow spikes, which again, for a size of this figure, I was not expecting, but they are there. And for the overall like material, this whole section is made of like a soft plastic. This is made of soft plastic. The fins are made of soft plastic, ironically, because they're shiny. And the tail is. So the feet and the torso are all made of metal. So not exactly an entirely metal figure, but also you got like a little keychain. But overall, still true to its name, a metal fig. Next, we're going to go over the derpiest Godzilla figure in the world. Quite possibly more than the Derpy Godzilla y'all have grown to accustomed to and liked, to the point where I made 3 freaking movies of that thing. The Titan Evolution Godzilla. Now, you might say, oh, well, this is just pre-evolved Godzilla. Well, no, inside is, I'm going to actually open the chest flap, an entirely new figure. But I'm not taking it out because it is such a pain in the booty to get back in. And now I have to put this freaking flap back into place, which is already difficult enough because I do not like touching this thing unless I just want something to fiddle with. Which then again, I might as well just grab a regular fidget toy. Why haven't they made any Godzilla fidget toys? Like official Godzilla fidget toys? I mean, I guess they made the stress balls, whatever. But again, it's entirely a rubber figure. That's meant to look like in pre-evolved, so from 2019, technically, continuity-wise, 2015, if we're considering Monarch Legacy of Monsters, to about 2027, because GXK takes place in the year 2027. For context, GVK, Godzilla vs. Kong, takes place in 2024, where we are now. So, as you can see, again, the rubber detailing actually looks somewhat decent. Like, it's not bad in the slightest. In fact, I'd actually debate it's probably more well detailed than some of the plastic Godzillas that Playmates has produced. We'll get into those in a sec. Nice blue spray here, and inside has like a much more simplified version of that dude, but also has like different like articulation points. Like these are on like swivel joints, sorry, swivel hinges. That inside there's a hinge, and then you got like some more feet articulation, uh, swivels for the feet, and then you got like a ball joint here at the tail. But because of the way it's done, you have to actually disconnect the tail, and then in order to like fully fit it in. So not all the articulation translates well, but if you want a much more closer look, definitely look at my extended review of this guy. So again, this isn't like the official figure reviews of these guys, there's just more overviews. Next, we're going to take a look at the Godzilla Evolved basic 6-inch figure from Playmates. This was the first Godzilla Evolved I've gotten. Pretty predictable, yada yada yada. And you can kind of see how definitely different this guy is compared to the other Godzillas that Playmates has produced. Because not only do we have a different color, like a bit of a lime, not really lime, but more like a dark green to blue, which I honestly love. Plus, we got these beautiful translucent red dorsal plates and all rightly painted salmon painted fins for the top of the head and the whole entirety of the tail. Plus some neatly sculpted dagamizers. I do like the sculpt on the rubber parts, specifically the arms, the head, the feet, and the tail. But you do get a bit more of a disappointingly softer details when you get to like the body itself and then the legs, which the legs are all rightly molded. These are just kind of It also comes with a beam effect and has some nice kind of like greenish paint applications, like olive color for the nails on the hands and feet, and a nice spray from the bottom of the tail to the top of the neck. So again, nice little flame effect as well. Don't really like how it's sculpted. It kind of looks a little bit too cartoonish, especially to the more realistic flamethrower like of the previous releases. Just for some context, this is the simultaneously released one. This isn't a Godzilla Evolved, but you can kind of see how this beam just looks a little bit better than this beam. Yeah. So, clearly they did not hire the same sculptor. So, on to the next one. Godzilla Evolved from the 2-pack set. It's the exact same figure, just with some new blue highlights. Ooh, yes. And it's made of a different quality plastic. We'll talk about the quality of plastic, but you can kind of see like the blue paint is just kind of a lighter base that goes all the way from the legs, to the base of the tail, all the way to the midsection, down to the arms, and to the bottom of the jaw, and then it kind of fans out to the sides of the face. However, we do also have some blue sprays here at the armpits that are kind of like a darker blue, so that's great. What's not so great, again, is the quality of the plastic, where, to me, it just feels a lot cheaper, excuse me, and it also just feels a lot more malleable. Like, this actually feels like I could shear that off with relative ease, so I don't know what was up with them in the factory or something, but so yeah, that's the Playmates Godzillas, 6-inch versions. Next, we have the NECA Bootleg GXK, my version at least, the Godzilla Evolved bootleg that's been making its way around on AliExpress and eBay, which, as you can see, it borrows the NECA Godzilla 2019 King of the Monsters, specifically V2 mold, and they just repainted it so it's pink. And as you can see, there's really like not much details that makes it exclusively the Evolved Godzilla, except for like the little 3 rows, which they did not have this on the original. But we do have some nice painted, well, nicely is kind of an understatement. Or an overstatement a little bit. It's all rightly painted. Gills, paint in the mouth. It's all one color. Can't be damned to put some color variety. Eye paint looks okay. Again, it almost looks like they took a pen and then they just did that for the paint. Like a gel pen. And then here, it almost just looks more like a pastry than anything. Like, wow, that is... it's very crumbly done, but I do understand what they were trying to do, and I do dig it. And it honestly color contrasts very well with the other Godzilla, the NECA figures that I have. nice spray going down to the body. And on the other version, there was like veins. Mine does not have that, but has some nice silver metallic paint applications to really bring out some of the more finer details, which is there's something I have to give this figure. It actually does the dry brushing really freaking well. And what it also does well is that it also comes with its own accessories, being a bootleg of the V2 Godzilla, a beam effect, and an impact base, which, again, quality be damned, but these actually look really nice when it's all put together. So that's the NECA bootleg. And finally, we're going to end things off with the big boy, the giant Godzilla from Playmates. And as you can see, it's essentially just a scaled up version of the 6-inch one with some minor tweaks, having a bit more translucent plastic from here and a bit more of a color matching color of the tip of the tail. And has the same exact sculpt, albeit a little less detailed on the sides. Has the screw holes, which again I don't mind. I grew up with toys that had screw holes. And has actually some painted shoulder spikes, which I don't think I mentioned on these guys. But whatever, those guys don't have them, this guy does. I will say the eye paint also kind of looks a little trashy. Like, they could have done a little bit better on that. And also, they painted the roof of the mouth. But also for articulation, I forgot to mention, he has like basically all the articulation you know from the other NECA Godzillas. This guy has jaw hinge, swivels at the shoulders, swivels at the hips, swivels at the feet, and a ball jointed tail. So, technically speaking, not the most detailed, articulated Godzilla out there, but definitely like one of the best overall giant sized. So, that's just a bit of a look at all my Godzilla Evolved, at least as of this recording. I do intend on collecting more, but things like time, money, all the works. It's always going to be an issue, but whatever. Well, if you guys enjoy this new format of video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone.